These stories need to be exposed. And I'm just warning you now, in the case of some of these players, you're never gonna look at them the same way again. So my name is Mike, and welcome to 5 Dark Secrets the NBA.
I mean, that's a bit far-fetched, but okay.
It wants you to forget.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, all of this is recorded over my Twitch, so if you want to come hang out, the link is in the description.
Number 5, Bison Dele. We're starting this video off strong with a story that
Still
I'm
no
sure
idea.
many of you have never heard of. The tragic story of Bison Dele. Now,
I really don't know who this guy is. I have no idea who this guy is.
From the ages of 22 to 29, Dele, who was formerly known as Brian Williams, was a solid role player for several NBA teams and even won an NBA championship for the 1997 Chicago Bulls. Then suddenly, at the age of
I was on MJ's team.
30, Dele retired from the NBA even though he was in his prime and was the Pistons' highest paid player at the time. This sudden retirement meant that Bison was walking away from a guaranteed contract worth $36 million.
What the fuck? Who would walk away from $36 million? I really can't understand that. That's fucking crazy.
Which was certainly strange, but unfortunately things only got weirder, because looking back at it, we can now see that Bison Dele's life was plagued with demons. For a long time, he never really felt comfortable in his own skin, but that began to change when he went into retirement. It was in retirement where Bison fulfilled a lifelong dream with the purchase of a boat, and he soon learned to sail. His boat was named the Hakuna Matata, which of course means no worries, and that's all Bison really wanted. Unfortunately though, on July 6th of 2002, Bison took off on a trip on his boat with his girlfriend, his boat captain, and his brother. The group last made contact with the mainland on July 8th, and soon it was determined that the 4 were officially missing. But then on July 10th, Bison's brother, Miles DeBoard, attempted to secretly return on the boat into Tahiti. He was alone, and it has since been confirmed that Bison, his girlfriend, and the ship captain were killed during this boating trip.
How? That doesn't make sense. First of all, how the fuck did he get all the way to Tahiti without a captain running the ship? You know what I mean? But where did they go?
It has been determined by the FBI, who concluded that Miles DeBoard killed everyone on board and attempted to return without anyone noticing. This was determined after Miles returned and forged Bison's signature in order to purchase $152,000 worth of gold. And Miles was also seen using Bison's passport when asked for identification. The FBI also found evidence that Bison's boat, the Hakuna Matata, had patched up bullet holes in it. Apparently, Miles was always jealous of Bison growing up, and so he took his jealousy out by murdering him.
Damn, that's crazy. It really be your own family, man. It really be your own blood.
Now, this case looks like a no-brainer. Unfortunately, the victims of Miles DeBoard never got real justice, at least in the sense of a court case. Because while he was under investigation, Miles mysteriously overdosed on insulin and died, giving us another question in a case full of mystery. Number 4, Kevin Johnson. I originally intended to have Kevin Johnson in my list of NBA stars we have forgotten, as he was a 3-time All-Star and one of the most explosive point guards the league has ever seen.
Oh damn, I don't know who this guy is.
After doing some research, I decided he fit more into this video, because it's pretty obvious to me now that Kevin Johnson sucks as a human being. This goes back as far as 1996,
what this guy do?
16-year-old Amanda Koba told Phoenix police that a 30-year-old Kevin Johnson had fondled her in his home.
Yo, that's messed up.
Now, Kevin was never charged for this crime, but it was later reported that he signed a confidential agreement with Amanda for $230,000.
Damn, that's messed up. That is fucked up. Like a 36-year-old with a 15-year-old, that's fucked up.
So that she would drop the charges. Koba would later tell HBO that after this incident, she stopped eating for years and dropped 87 pounds. Damn. So this was definitely shady and disgusting, and we should have never forgotten about it. But because he remained out of any sort of trouble for several years, Kevin Johnson was able to become the mayor of Sacramento in 2008.
That's insane, man.
First, it did seem like Johnson was trying to improve the city of Sacramento as mayor. It later appears that he was using his position of power as leverage to abuse women yet again.
Yo, that's so fucked up.
With that said, let's look at the allegations made against Kevin Johnson. In 2007, 2 members of St. Hope High School staff quit in protest after police failed to investigate claims made by a student and separate AmeriCorps volunteer that
What the
Johnson had
fuck?
inappropriately touched both of them. These claims, combined with the claims of Amanda Koba from before, led to 5 different women coming out on HBO to tell the world that Kevin Johnson had sexually assaulted them in some manner or another.
3 of the 5 are underage, man. I don't even know if 5 of the 5 are underage because it doesn't say, but like, that's fucking crazy, man.
The worst part is none of these claims have been met with any sort of successful legal action against Kevin Johnson.
Damn.
The reason for this is that it has been claimed that the Sacramento police have actively worked to quiet anyone who attempted to speak out against their mayor.
That's so fucked up, bro. That is so fucked up. That's what happens when people get in power. Like they fucking get reckless and shit, and they do fucked up shit, and they still get away with it. It's fucking crazy.
Going as far as attempting to intimidate underage students at St. Hope with
Damn, bro, this
illegal
guy's fucked up.
interrogation practices. What is going on here? So again, we've gotten no real justice.
That's
Kevin
fucked up.
Johnson has managed to evade the legal system, and he is still a free man today. Just know, this guy is a horrible person.
Crazy.
Number 3, Tony Parker. After his wedding to fellow celebrity Eva Longoria in 2007, Tony Parker was interviewed by ESPN The Magazine. In this interview, when asked about his teammate Brent Barry and Brent's wife Erin, Tony told ESPN, "We're like family," which, when looking back at that statement, is kind of
Yikes.
creepy.
I know
Because
about
in
this.
their run as teammates with the San Antonio Spurs, Tony Parker and Brent Barry's wives became very close and remained close after Brent Barry left the team. This meant that the two couples would often go out to dinner together, visit each other's houses, and just generally enjoyed each other's company. But unfortunately, it appeared that Tony enjoyed Erin's company a little too much.
Damn.
Now, to be clear, there is no evidence that Tony Parker and Erin Barry ever had an actual affair, and Erin has claimed to the media that they did not have an actual affair. However, at the very least, there is tons of evidence that the two spent months sexting each other, as Eva Longoria found
That's fucked up. That is fucked up.
hundreds of inappropriate messages to Erin on Tony's phone. So when you combine the evidence of sexting and the fact that Eva Longoria and Brent Barry filed for divorce around the same time,
Really don't know how this guy could cheat on Eva Longoria, man. Eva Longoria's fucking 10.
you can definitely see that things were
I don't know, man.
suspicious.
That's
And
weird.
while the Spurs did their best to sweep this scandal under the rug, sources
El Tony Parker, bro. El Tony Parker.
around the situation made it clear that Tony's teammates were not cool with these allegations at all. Obviously,
Yikes.
the Spurs felt that Tony had broken an unspoken code amongst teammates, which
Obviously,
was
yeah.
understandable,
True.
and some sources even stated that Greg Popovich was mad enough at the distraction Tony Parker was causing that he would have looked to trade Tony if he had not just signed a huge deal with the team. But of course, because they're the
Damn.
Spurs, they did not let this distract them. San Antonio would win the 2014 NBA championship, and to this day, Tony Parker is still on their roster. In fact, he's going to retire as a San Antonio Spurs legend.
I don't know when this video was posted, but like Tony Parker got traded to what, Charlotte, I think. And yeah, he didn't retire as a Spurs. I don't know. Maybe Pop just traded him because he was on a lesser contract, like just a fuck you to Tony Parker for doing whatever he did. He could have easily retired as a Spur. So yeah, probably just a fuck you from Pop, honestly.
I think the real question we're all asking is, how could anyone cheat on Eva Longoria in any type
Fact.
of vicinity? Really, Tony Parker?
Fact.
Really? Number 2, Tim Hardaway. Known as a 5-time All-Star and the ultra-athletic point guard of the Run TMZ Warriors back in the 1990s, many people believe Tim Hardaway deserves a spot in the NBA's Hall of Fame. But unfortunately for Tim, even though he's been eligible in recent years to be voted into the Hall of Fame, the committee has still not voted Tim into the Hall of Fame, and the reason why may go beyond basketball. Because back when John Amici made news for becoming the first NBA basketball player to come out as being gay, Dan Le Batard interviewed Tim Hardaway on his show. The two were discussing John Amici, and Tim went on to say,
Tim Hardaway, last question before we let you go. How do you deal with a gay teammate?
First of all, I wouldn't want him on my team. Second of all, you know, if he was on my team, I would really distance myself from him.
That's fucked up, man. That's fucked up.
What you're saying there, though, Timmy, is flatly homophobic, right?
Well, I hate gay people.
Whoa there. Yo, chill,
Let
dog.
it be known. I don't like gay people. I don't
That's
like to be
fucked up.
around gay people.
So yeah, you heard it right there. Tim Hardaway hates gay people. This, of course, set off a firestorm of news across the league, with people like Pat Riley,
That's
Hardaway's
crazy.
former coach, saying, "I was shocked by some of the words he used. That kind of thinking can't be tolerated."
Bro, I don't know, like in a sports environment, I really don't know how a person's sexuality would make a difference. Just doesn't make sense. I don't know. Maybe because this was back in the 90s and people were like fucking weird back then, man. People were weird.
David Stern heard of Hardaway's remarks. He banned Tim from the NBA All-Star Weekend in Las Vegas that year, which is completely understandable because Tim Hardaway's words were just terrible. And if people embrace that type of thinking, then we're going to be keeping future gay NBA players in the closet. Luckily, though, this story does have a happy ending, as Tim Hardaway has now become a gay rights activist. He's since said, "It hurts me to this day what I said, and you know what? It's going to hurt me for the rest of my life because I'm not that type of person."
Good on him for apologizing and like backtracking and shit like that. Like he didn't have to do that, but like it's still pretty fucked up. Like you still have to think, did he do this to look better and get into that Hall of Fame, or like does he genuinely mean this? I don't know if that should matter. Like at least he apologized, but like still fucked up.
At a 2009 fundraiser for a national suicide prevention group for LGBTQ youths. So I gotta say, I respect him for coming around and doing the right thing.
Yeah, he does deserve some respect at least.
And number 1, Donald Sterling. All you really need to know about Donald Sterling's character is that in his wrongful termination lawsuit against Sterling, NBA legend Elgin Baylor said the following exchange took place. Donald Sterling to Elgin Baylor: "Personally, I would like to have a white Southern coach coaching poor black players. Do you
Damn.
think that's a racist statement?" Elgin Baylor: "Absolutely. That's plantation mentality." So yeah, for 33 years, the NBA had an absolutely racist owner and the league did nothing about it. And
That's crazy.
trust me, this wasn't exactly a secret. Sterling's racism was not only clear to anyone who really knew him, it was also exposed publicly when in 2006, the US Department of Justice sued Sterling for refusing to rent the apartments he owned to black families.
That's insane. That is fucking insane.
This came after a 2003 lawsuit had already forced Sterling to pay out $5 million in fees after he was sued a separate time for attempting to drive out black and Hispanic tenants in apartments
What
he
the
owned.
fuck?
Again, the league did nothing about this. In fact, as we already know from the whole Chris Paul veto, if anything, David Stern helped Donald Sterling to build one of the premier franchises in the NBA, as the Clippers have heavily increased in value since the Chris Paul trade. But to be fair, the blame for that should really be put on Stern, as Adam Silver did eventually do the right thing. Unfortunately, the right thing was not done until Donald Sterling was exposed to the entire world, as in 2014, TMZ Sports released a conversation between Sterling and his mistress, V. Stiviano. In the voice
What the
recording, Sterling
fuck?
is complaining to Stiviano about a photo she had posted on Instagram with Magic Johnson, a black man and NBA legend. After seeing this photo, Sterling said, "It bothers me a lot that you want to broadcast that you're associating with black people.
That's so fucked up. That is so fucked up.
You can sleep with them, you can bring them in, you can do whatever you want. But the little I ask you is not to bring them to my games." Yikes. What a disgusting statement from a horrible man.
It's fucking nasty, man. That is fucking nasty. I don't know, man. I really don't know why people like that still exist in modern day society. It just does not make fucking sense to me.
At least after this conversation was released, we finally got justice. As after an understandable outcry from the players and really everyone associated with the NBA, new commissioner Adam Silver took action and did the right thing, banning Donald Sterling for life and fining him $2.5 million.
Hey, that's fucking great. That is fucking great. I think they forced him to sell the Clippers as well.
This act forced Sterling to sell the Clippers
Yeah.
to Steve Ballmer, and I can happily say none of us will see Donald Sterling in an NBA arena ever again.
Fucking good riddance, man. Fuck that guy. The NBA got some really shady shit.